All right, y'all. If we are squared away, let's character sheets up, keyboards in hand, and let's play tonight's session of Critical Roles called the Netherdeep. Here we go. Deep inside the Betrayer's Rise, your party has tracked down more information about Elixion, the Apotheon. During your last session, you guys made it to the lower levels of the Betrayer's Rise in Batsazan, and there received a vision from Elixion, who informed you of probably the next location that it is you're going to have to go hunt and have to go look for him to try and save him. He speaks of a place known as Kale. Hang on. Nope. He speaks of a place, a temple of Coralon the Archheart, and a city of elves and orcs in the jungles of Marquette. The city itself is as of yet unknown to you guys, but you were then attacked by Aloysia, the Aloysia Telfan, the member of the consortium of the Vermilion Soul, and it was the Vermilion Dream. Apologies, and it was. And she demanded from your party the Jewel of Three Prayers, which had reached awakened state after your vision with Elixion. Aloysia was accompanied by your rivals, led by Aojabe, who had taken on a sort of a business proposition with Aloysia. And though Aloysia commanded them to kill you, the rivals elected to simply knock you unconscious and take the jewel instead. However, that turned a little bit more dangerous as Aloysia has been killed at this point by your party, and unfortunately, Venn is also currently lying prostrate in the chamber of the temple itself after a powerful spell by Galsariad. And we're going to return now to our combat in progress. So, let's get to it. So, let's do a quick recap of the last round. Okay? So, you guys are down here in the chamber itself, and you'll recall that the chasm area, this prayer site, is dedicated to Avandra the Changebringer, and down here is where you received your vision as the Jewel of Three Prayers pulled Kitty towards the altar in order to get her to bring the jewel forward. There you received your vision, and there did Aloysia and her newly hired rivals attack you. But during the battle, as I mentioned, Galsariad cast a pretty powerful spell, trying very hard to get one over on your party as you guys were thrown into kind of disarray by a sort of gravity bomb that Galsariad deployed, striking Venn up against the broken and shattered walls of the temple of Tuavandra, or the shrine to Avandra, and critically wounding her, in fact, sending Kitty even more berserk than normal. Of course, Maggie is doing her best to fend off Kitty, but it seems that Kitty might be out for blood against Galsariad at this point. And that's kind of where we pick things up. So, as for the rest of the party, you guys have seen, like, Venn, go down at this point, like, punctured and penetrated by the crystals that are stuck in her body now. And, Arrow is, like, horrified at this point, and something, like, kind of, like, snaps out of it, and she looks over at Galsariad at the end of the round. We're in kind of initiative 0 right now. She looks over at Galsariad, who's, like, trying very hard to fend off Kitty, and she's like, Stop! What are you doing? We're just trying to knock them out! And Galsariad's like, I didn't... Stop! I'm a little busy! And he's trying to, stay away from Kitty. And finally, when the initiative restarts again, Dermot, over here, who was not on board with this when this whole thing began, he immediately, looks back and forth, like, clutching his holy symbol. He sees Venn, down there, gravely injured, and he dives into the shrine as soon as possible. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He takes 10 slashing damage, getting to Venn as quickly as possible. Once Dermot is there, he begins to cast a spell. The rest of you kind of see all of you kind of see Dermot doing this, except for Magnus, who's unfortunately blind. But Dermot's not really saying much aside from just trying to get to Venn as quickly as possible. How do you guys kind of react to this? Not in a turn reaction combat sort of sense, but I mean in a sort of personality sense.
Venn coughs on blood.
Kitty isn't really focused on what Dermot's doing, but she she sees him head that way and doesn't know why. I think that's it. Because she's not really trusting of anybody at the moment.
Rook, you definitely see this after receiving Gelsariad's gravity bomb.
Yeah, so he sees Dermot run up, and he's definitely wary of what Dermot's doing. Like it seems like he has good intentions, but you know, Rook is kind of making his way towards Venn anyways, wary of tricks.
Okay, so with that, as Dermot reaches Venn, he says, hold on! And he reaches down and he casts Cure Wounds on Venn at level 1. Venn, from Dermot, you receive 11 hit points, and you are no longer suffering damage. So Dermot, pulls her free from the shattered, crystals, and he pulls Venn free and gives her the healing of 11 hit points. He says, wake up! Please wake up! Please wake up! And Venn, you feel the healing power flow into you, and you're no longer dying.
Okay.
Gelsariad's flying overhead still, trying to stay away from Kitty, and Maggie's trying to keep Kitty at bay. And Ao sees Dermot do this, and as you open your eyes, Venn, healed up from Dermot, he looks at you and says, "Are you all right? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for it to go this far."
Venn just kind of backs away from him, kind of I know she's hanging onto these rocks, but she just kind of crawls towards the rock, towards Rook, and kind of gets behind his leg or whatever.
Venn, we have to stop this. Help me, please. Ao, put a stop to this, please. And Venn, do you say anything to that?
No, she's just gonna kind of lay down next to Rook for protection.
Well, Rook's actually flying several feet in the air, so probably won't be doing that
she'll
much.
be under wherever he's flying.
Okay.
Expect. She knows that he'll cover her while she is trying to get away from Dermot.
All right. He's reaching out and he's terribly panicked, but he's like, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." And that's the end of Dermot's turn. Kitty, your turn.
I had plans from a week ago, and you just kind of fucked with them. Syker.
I'm kind of like that, unfortunately.
one, not even a round. It's the first character's move throws off the game.
I mean, in all honesty, this is kind of Dermot's vibe. He wasn't on board with this to begin with.
Yeah, no, it's fine. What Kitty is gonna do is point her sword at Maggie.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of underneath the chin. I know, you know what I mean, pointed that direction without, it's not a threat. It's a threat, but it's not I'm not trying to pierce.
Yeah, Maggie's actually got the same kind of reaction. She's hoisting her great maul over her shoulder, getting ready to swing if you do something, out of the ordinary. But yeah, there's a standoff, effectively.
And I think Kitty is just going to very loudly shout, "Stand down." I'm using an influence check with intimidation.
Okay. And all right.
And my intimidation, because of barbaric, let me see what it is. I'll post it. Primal knowledge. I can, if I'm raging, I can use my strength ability for anything that my strength modifier for any of those skills, including intimidation. So I'm currently at an intimidation +7, just so when you see it, I'm not making it up.
No, I know this one. This is good.
Okay, so and that's it. Does that work for you?
It works for me, but I have an announcement. We have a cuddly boo boo with us tonight. So
a visitor.
Yes, we do. So it's puppy power time.
Yay!
There we go. Handing out puppy power.
And stand down is not just at Maggie; it's generally for the group.
I understand.
Does that make sense? I feel like if it was in real life, you could see what I mean.
Yeah, I follow you. Okay. Yeah. Just stand down is what you're yelling out. Okay. Give me an intimidation roll, please.
Okie dokie. That's a 22.
Okay, so with that, That'll be your action. And here's the reaction. Galsariad is looking like horrified that he's like hurt Venn, and he but he's not an idiot, so he kind of floats to the side slightly, and then kind of lowers himself back down to the ground and puts his hands up. Maggie like sort of looks at you for a minute and like trying to looks at Ao for like guidance, and Ao like unnocks her bow and holds up her longbow, and she says, "Everybody, chill out. We gotta talk about this." Maggie's like, "We could probably win this," and Ao's like, No. It's Maggie. Just put the hammer down. All right. And Maggie puts her weapon down. Galsariad, kind of like floats to the ground. Finally, stops flying, and I think the combat pretty much ends right there, if I'm not mistaken. And Dermot's like got his weapon kind of like put away at that point. And I mean, as far as I'm concerned, as long as you guys decide not to attack at this point, the combat's over. Would you say?
Yeah, I mean,
Rook is keeping his eyes out for sure, though. He's watching them.
Kitty's not putting the sword down.
Yes, but you ordered them to stand down, so success is what I'm trying to try.
All right. So Kitty is gonna rush down to Venn. She's keeping the rage up with a bonus action, so I can hold it for a while. I think she's going to pick Venn up like over shoulder if Venn.
Yeah,
Venn,
Ven's trying to stand up at this point, anyways. I think she'll accept Kitty's help, like to stand up, and then she'll.
I think it's more like cradle, like like a groomman carrying a bride. I know that is not the reference I want for this, but that position.
Okay,
of
yeah,
somebody.
Venn will allow that initially, and she'll say, "I'm okay, Kitty. I'm okay."
And I'll carry her out carefully, so if that's okay.
The rivals, the Ao's team, they kind of like step off to the side, and Ao's like, "Dermot, get up here," and Dermot's like, but the thing is like Dermot's like looking at Venn more than anything else, and she's like, I'm so sorry about all this.
can I see?
Your spell, the blind effect wears off on you, and it looks like the fight's kind of come to an end, as far as you can tell. So that's what you're seeing from the opposite side. Rook, I think your flying stops after a
minute.
Okay, that minute's probably come and gone at this point, so we'll say your wings shut off.
Oh, did you want to carry her out then?
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
Okay.
I could carry her out.
All
Let's
right.
get them out of the damn
Before my
hole.
flying shut off.
Okay, so let's say like Kitty can help hand off like Venn to Rook, and he flies her out of there very cool as well. Dermot clambers his way out of the hole and stands next to Ao.
I'm gonna point at Magnus and tell him to get behind, point and then point over my shoulder to get behind me.
I think I'm fine right here, Kitty. I do appreciate it. What the hell are you guys thinking?
Kitty's gonna try to grab Venn and walk out.
So if you're gonna grab Venn and walk out,
He will. If Venn doesn't want to go,
that's
Kitty's
fair.
still walking out.
So while you three are over there, all right. So Magnus is asking about. Okay, I'm trying to get the order here. So let's say that Kitty has Venn and is probably walking out of the chamber at this point. I'm okay with that. So Venn, if you're going with her, then there you go.
Yeah, Venn is gonna go with Kitty, and she's just gonna hold a long stare at Ao without saying anything, until she's out of sight, and then she's gonna go with Kitty. I don't think she wants to stick around with them.
As she walks by me, I want to hit her Venn with a cure wounds if I can.
Okay.
Suppose if I do
Second
see them
level.
running out, I'm gonna start making my way around the circle.
Ao's look when she sees you shoot a daggers and a daggerous look at her, the look that Ao returns is one of shame. Roll Yeah, go ahead and roll insight, Venn, when you get a minute.
Also, while she's rolling, Kitty also takes out the card she made for Ao and like crumples it up like in a ball because she has big robot hands and just drops it on the ground as part of the walking out action.
The rivals for themselves for their own part, like Dermot's like got his hands up in the air, like Ao's looking ashamed and confused. Galsariad looks upset, like he looks horrified, like that's not what he planned at all. And Maggie's just like, like she's doing the same thing Kitty's doing, just like, a big arm out like across the rivals, trying to keep them like, safe from you for the most part. And she's like, there's a moment where Maggie's like, kind of like shoving Venn and Dermot aside, and and Maggie's finally, her statement is just like, all right, it's over. Just clear out of here.
In a bit. I'm gonna check something first.
You just tried to kill us for money.
We weren't trying to kill you. We were just trying to knock you out. That crazy broad over there wanted to kill you, not us. And he points at Aloysia's dead body. Your insight check, Katie, with a 14. Ao looks truly mortified that she shot you. Like you don't think it was on purpose.
The shot that kicked everything off. Okay.
Right. Dermot, for his own part, is looking like, like just terrified. He's trying to like keep his friends like, from doing anything stupid. Ao's just like, the rivals are for the most part just like, I don't know, contrite about the whole thing, but they're also like not sure what you're about to do to them for their, I guess, betrayal. But as Rook heals up Venn, Magnus, you check the body of Aloysia Telfan.
Correct.
And
But
sorry,
correct.
what? Okay. I'm gonna rule that Kitty and Venn are probably out by this point. You guys could probably go ahead and leave the map for now, unless you guys want to hang around for this. I mean, that's up to you. But
I specifically don't want to hear anything they have to say, which is why I was trying to leave. Why I was trying to pull Ben out. So yeah, I don't think I heard any of the because she's keeping the rage up. She can pop off. So she wants to be gone yesterday.
sure.
Yeah, Venn would talk to them, but she does not want to have that conversation here. She wants to go with Kitty and get out of here.
Okay, so I'm gonna rule that the two of you are gone. Magnus is searching Aloysia, and Rook, what are you doing?
I'm just covering Magnus's retreat, mostly. Just I don't want to leave him here alone.
Yeah, but Magnus is not retreating. He's searching the body.
Well, I'm covering the way out in case they change their minds.
Roll insight, Rook. Dermot starts attending to Galsariad's wounds, trying to heal him as well. And
19.
let's get a spell going. Cure wounds on Galsariad. With a 19, you get a read on the rivals, and Galsariad started Galsariad is probably the one who was like really trying to go for broke here. But even now he's looking like terrified that like what he's done, and deeply like the rivals all as one look deeply ashamed, even though they're still taking on like a sort of like defensive posture.
Okay.
But Magnus, back to you. You find something fascinating inside Aloysia's pack. Now, she is carrying some of the usual accoutrements, like, let's see if the sheet loads. She's carrying a short sword, and she was a spellcaster, so you're finding, like, spell books and that sort of thing. She was a sorcerer. I apologize. So she had a short sword and some, a magical focus of some kind. But for the most part, she was mostly unarmed. But the other thing that you find on her are 3 items. 3 clay tablets that are 8 inches long, 4 inches wide, and a ½ inch thick. The tablets themselves, you're not entirely sure what they are, but they look important.
I'll pull them out. The hell are these?
Whatever it is, Magnus, grab it. Let's get out of here.
Don't you want to know what the hell's going on?
Yeah, but not here.
Alright. I'll grab the tablets, and that was really it that was on her? For the most part.
Yeah, that's what you find on her.
Alright. Let's go.
Rook will throw one
He's
more, hard glance at the rivals as they leave.
Maggie's the one that returns that one with the hard glare, and she's just like, she's just like, all right, you won. Go on. After that, you hear like the rivals yelling, kind of like, I don't want to say yelling at each other, but like trying to get some sort of like strategy together. But Magnus, as you and Rook make your way back out of the passage, that puts you guys back up, climbing back up the ladder, or the passageway that led down here, the several twisting and turning ladders, and allowing you guys to exit through the chest cavity of the statue back up here. The rivals do not follow you, maybe not right away, but Kitty and Venn are already up here when Magnus and Rook reappear. The rivals do not seem to be following.
Is our rope still hanging from the hole?
Yes, I would say so.
Are we going out the way we came in?
I think we should.
Didn't the thing close behind us though at some point?
What thing?
I don't know. Didn't right when we step in, the wall close behind us?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not sure what wall we're talking about.
When we first found the secret passage and fought the gibbering mouthers.
Yes, I know what you mean now.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't that wall, the first secret passage that we opened, didn't that wall close?
You're sure that you could find your way back out, though. I don't remember it closing, though. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I said that and forgot about it, but it still looks open to me.
Okay. Well,
I mean, one way or another, this map is done. I mean, I figured you guys would probably want to bounce at this point.
Yeah, I don't think we want to stick around in a temple of evil gods.
Yeah, I've never found the Cobalt Soul people, but I suppose we just want to jet, we can jet.
You guys are welcome to keep exploring the Betrayer's Rise. You're still welcome to do that.
I just think my character wants to get out, does not want to be here, is done.
I would say Rook wants to get out, Luke wants to explore.
Yeah, it's the same. That's how I feel too. Venn wants out, but Katie is curious.
Magnus is hella curious about this place, but that's probably gonna get him killed.
But we can also come back. I mean, if we really want to. But I think we need to get out of here for now.
Okay.
Plus,
eventually, good.
I was gonna say, plus, I mean, we've been down here we don't know how long that vision took. Who knows what monsters have spawned back at the entrance,
Yeah.
That's true, too. I tell you what, we'll go ahead and rule it that you guys are able to find your way out of the Betrayer's Rise and back to the streets of Batsazan.
Wow, that was quick.
Oh, you just had to push on that wall. That was all you had to do to get out.
There's always a secret door that leads right back to the beginning.
After what is apparently a very epic quest in order to find the front door, you guys make your way back out of the Betrayer's Rise. Yes, you guys have to. It was a very cool thing where Kitty actually chopped down demon walls with her sword, and you guys were fighting demon gods and stuff to get to the front door. It was very, very amazing. And if our listeners pay $500 per player to our Patreon or whatever it is we're going to set up, we will tell you that story. But for now, that's the DLC.
Good job, guys. That was a hard fight. Woo.
Yeah, you guys are level 50.
Did you see those cambions back there?
Rook lost a finger. I don't know how that happened, but
I see it back on.
Patreon.com. No, I'm kidding. Alright, so anyway, no. Whatever happened in order to get you guys back out, since it sounds like the characters would try to leave, that's fine. I have no further issue with that situation happening. As you guys depart to get out, you guys are in possession of the strange tablets that Aloysia had down there, and of course the jewel itself that is turned itself into something a little bit more powerful. Kitty, you are aware of the Jewel of Three Prayers entering its awakened state, and there is a blessing that has, from Avandra the Changebringer, that has empowered the gem itself, and you're becoming more and more in tune with this as the protection magic around you goes up. The powers, the gem have increased in magnitude, and the vestige of divergence is just sort of glowing warmly against your chassis. But as you guys make your way back to Batsazan itself, you guys get clear of the Betrayer's Rise. No sign of your rivals, and of course you left Aloysia in a puddle of her own blood. So, where to next?
What time is it?
Let's see. I'm going to say it is probably late evening at this point. Let's say about 7 p.m. or so. I forget exactly when you guys got to the Betrayer's Rise, but that's the time I'm going to say it is now.
We went in the morning. We slept and then went in first thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
I was trying to think of what the marshal wanted from us. I forgot.
I think that. Are you talking about the task? The task hand? I think that he gave us clearance to get into the Betrayer's Rise. I think because we helped him out in the initial fight that was going on when we got to Bazazan. I don't think he actually wanted anything from us. I think that we just went to him and were like, hey, can you help us get past your guards? And he's like, it's your funeral.
Gotcha. That's what it was. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and of course you guys do recall the task hand, like giving you guys the Iggy to kind of like, come down here and look around. You also remember Prolix Yusuf, who
puzzle box.
Who spoke to... Yes, and also wanted information about Aloysia Telfan, but now that she's dead, maybe there's something else you can get from him.
Yeah, I think Venn would want to go find him and then maybe turn into the ready room.
That's probably where he is, right?
Oh, true.
And we had nothing to go back to Fog Homes for, right?
No, he just gave us the vision.
Yeah, okay.
Not unless you want some sweet
Yeah.
bud.
Hell yeah.
It was a lot more welcoming than the Reading room, but yes, I still like the Reading room too.
Yeah, and we can also...
want to try to get out of town before the rivals come back?
let's see. We got a potential destination of the next jewel, right?
Yes, Elixion was kind of vague about it, but the jungles of Marquette, an ancient city of orcs and elves.
Okay.
It's on a different continent.
Can't just time skip there? No, I'm kidding.
Not this time.
I think go to the ready room, find the puzzle box guy, and maybe we can get more information about the jungles from like other patrons at the ready room.
Yeah. I also think we should take, 10 minutes or whatever and sit down and let Magnus look at those tiles we got, just to see what they are.
Yeah.
Well, my thought was if we got the puzzle box, then we could like look at everything all at once. Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna want these tablets.
Oh, true.
Well,
I mean, he wanted us to find out what she wanted and put a stop to her. I think we should tell him she wanted to loot us and we killed her.
We indeed stopped her.
Yeah.
I just don't think it'd be the worst thing to know what those are before we go in case we do have to give them up.
We still got the room at the ready room though, right?
Yeah, we do have our own rooms.
I mean, I say we just go to the ready room
and try and decipher the tablets.
Yeah, it's all there, so...
How many tablets were there?
3.
3.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's go to the ready room. Either way, that seems like our destination, so...
You guys arrive back at the ready room, having overcome, shall we say, your rivals, and of course defended yourselves against a very serious threat. The betrayal of the rivals has to perhaps have had some sort of effect upon you as you guys are making your way back to the ready room. Whether it was betrayal or not, or just business, of course, you remember Maggie's protestations that they weren't trying to kill you, but Galsaria took it a bit too far. And Aloysia certainly wanted you dead, but maybe the rivals perhaps didn't. And so, I imagine you guys maybe have a bit of conflicting emotions at this point. And so, one by one, we're going to have a moment of introspection on your way back. And so, I'm going to start on the opposite side this time. Rook, considering what you were able to sort of insight on your way out of the chamber, where the rivals look genuinely ashamed for what they have done, what is your reaction now that you're on your way back?
I think he's probably kind of just brooding he's thinking all the fights they fought together in, and like how that kind of strengthened the bond between them, and then just for them to just betray us for what Rook views as really nothing. Like he's kind of mad about it still, So he's just kind of brooding as he walks.
Okay. Any sort of thoughts going through his head, or just just that's pretty good. But anything more to add?
I think that's pretty much what he's thinking about. He's just kind of like he feels very betrayed, and like even though they weren't trying to kill us, they that to him is a lesser effect than the overall betrayal.
I understand. Go ahead and take inspiration, Rook. Perhaps Rook, you will find that whatever reasons that they had, who entirely knows for sure. But yeah, go ahead and take inspiration all the same. Magnus, your reactions to what just went down?
I think Magnus sees it for what it is, and it's a bunch of rookie mistakes, using brute force before talking anything out.
Well, there was the opportunity to talk things out, but you guys refused to hand over the gem.
Sure.
Was the point. So
demanding something is not talking about it.
Granted, and that's probably the conclusion Magnus would reach as well, I would say. But please continue.
He sees that. He sees it as, like these guys are just new, and they let something get in their way of their better judgment. He wonders how bad Gasariad's going to get it now because of his previous interactions, and now then he shits the bed again essentially, and he's like, well, that's going to be another conflict. So thinking about their inner workings, I mean, they're just falling the fuck apart. So he's just like, I mean, it is what it is.
That's true. Dang, there was a thing I was going to touch upon, but I lost it. Okay, go ahead, Magnus, take inspiration. Venn, you touched the spot on your body where you were shot by Ao's like errant shot, and of course the spines that were ran through your body when Galsari had deployed the gravity bomb, and then after that, the warmth that that came from Dermot's healing spell. So perhaps a mix of emotions for Venn, but what do you think?
Okay, let's see. Venn, she did not want this gem, this Jewel of Three Prayers, to come between her party and Ao's party. And now that it has, she still doesn't want any harm to come to them. I mean, similar to what Magnus is thinking, she knows that they are, they made very poor decisions and mistakes, but that they are not bad. However, she also knows Kitty came out on top with the jewel, and they, at the end of the day, Ao's party still wants it, and because of that greed, she knows that she cannot trust them. And she knows, being so close to Rook, Magnus, and Kitty, she knows that none of us would betray each other for some gold, or something so trivial, and she kind of feels isolated in that, her party, the only people that she can really trust. And then even further than that, kind of on a more personal level, Venn was dying back there, and she feels a bit of personal responsibility to this group, and she feels a little bit of self-loathing and self-doubt for having been knocked out like that, and being forced to kind of forcing. She feels like it's because of her that her party had to kind of retreat and lick their wounds, and so she's also grappling with that on top of the rivals' betrayal.
Okay. There's a point that you made that you're that you touched upon, but I'm kind of wanting everyone's reactions to that. But for now, go ahead and take inspiration. We'll circle back to you. And Kitty. I'm curious how this childlike robot's reactions would have been to a deep, horrible betrayal that almost cost you one of your closest friends. The person who reactivated you. So, Alan, what do you think?
So it's kind of hard to think about it because, like, I'm struggling with this question, if that makes sense. But I think the best way I can think of it is, like, she is robotic and, like, analog and digital, you know? And so she had a very long my best friends list. And now she has a list of people that, like, she hates. And the first person, I do think she's insightful enough for this. The person she hates the most is Ao. Because Ao definitely got them to do what this bullshit, you know what I mean? And obviously her ambition is too dangerous to be trusted. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Mm-hmm.
And then she shot the first shot too. So she's just like too loosey cannon, and she just basically, I think she gets her party in trouble, and she's the leader. It's stupid. You know what I mean?
I do.
Get a new leader. And then I think the second person is, I suck at names, you know this. Galthazar? Is that anywhere
Galsariad.
close? Galsariad, yep, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's number 2 because he killed Venn. That's basically it. She doesn't have, like, everyone else in the party kind of hates him. She's, like, okay with it. Like, you know, like, in terms of him being a piece of shit. And then she doesn't feel that way about Meg. She kind of has a third list of, like, question mark. And Dermot's still on her best friend list for whatever reason. Maggie is on a question mark list because she doesn't know how to feel about that.
I mean, Maggie did try to keep you from killing Galsariad, which is, you know, I don't know where that adjusts any of the slider.
I think Maggie's the first person on a pro and con list, which she has trouble getting through that. So she just kind of is focused on we need to. I think she also thinks we need to leave town as quick as possible.
Fair enough. And with that, Kitty, go and take inspiration. And now we're going to circle back. Venn mentioned something that I think is important to touch upon, and that's the Jewel of Three Prayers and the effect it's having on others. You guys are carrying a vestige of divergence, which is an artifact blessed by the gods themselves. That's going to attract attention, no matter how you slice it. And so, because of that, with the rivals and Ao's ambition about turning her party into the most popular and most powerful party that's ever lived, I mean, that's taking a toll on her clearly. And you guys also think about the Jewel of Three Prayers and where it's taking you at this point. I mean, this all started out with finding a very curious trinket in the bottom of a cave full of water in a Sehanine temple. When you guys were just having a fun sort of little festival excursion, like it was a festival game that brought the jewel into your attention. And now people that fought and bled beside you to slay demons have turned on you just for that gem. And so we're going to circle back now. And Kitty, how do you feel about the gem, knowing that that's what the rivals were trying to take from you?
I think as she's the one who has it and has the most experience with how it, I don't know how it works. Is that the right way to think of it? But she understands that it's powerful, and everyone's saying it's blessed by the gods, and it was just touched by a god, So I think she thinks it's more important to protect the jewel from, again, Ao on her blacklist.
Okay. All right. So Kitty has a very practical sort of protective instinct for the jewel itself. Does any of that come from the fact that you are the one who's attuned to it?
I think she would give it to anyone in the party, if that makes sense. I don't think it has to do. I just think because she is the one attuned with it, she knows instinctually a little more about it, if that makes sense. She feels it in a way that she's like, this can't go to those people. They're stupid.
Fair enough. Venn, you are a bard by trade and a College of Spirits bard, and you deal with ancient beings all the time, and now you've seen as well firsthand, and you were the one that kind of brought the attention that Ao's ambition for the jewel is, there's been like one of the major driving factors in the rivals' turn, I should say. Not that they particularly seemed to really enjoy the fact that they had turned, but the jewel was certainly like the thing that got their attention. And Aloysia, representing the consortium of the Vermilion Dream, even more dangerous individual because she was out for blood and one of the rivals to collect it for her. And so, what do you think about the jewel at this point, considering its dangers to keeping it on your person?
She trusts her friends. She believes that the jewel or Elixion reached out to them for a reason, and she believes that her party is capable of protecting it. She thinks that they need it. They need the jewel in order to help Elixion, and for that reason she wants to hang on to it. She also thinks, she'll voice this to the party later on, she thinks going forward they need to be less open about the jewel, and that they have it. And that kind of needs to be something that they keep to themselves, because if I remember correctly, we showed Question the jewel, or at least, showed interest in it. But I don't remember us ever telling Aloysia about it. And the fact that she knew we had it and was ready to kill us for it is concerning to Venn.
You recall during your conversation with Question that Aloysia was watching and eavesdropping your entire conversation the whole time. That's probably how she knew.
But, regardless, there are people that are out for this and willing to kill for it, and she knows that's a danger. And so I think she's going to tell the party that they need to keep it to themselves going forward, best they can.
I'm surprised no one's made the statement of just getting rid of it and open a taco stand somewhere in Jagao, but all the same. All right, fair enough. Magnus, your thoughts about the jewel and the dangers it represents?
I think he thinks everything has danger. Every day is a risk on your own life. So he doesn't really think too much about how dangerous it is. I think he thinks it like a puzzle that he needs to solve. So he's more curious about it than anything.
Okay. But in terms of the danger it presents, I mean, any thoughts about discarding it or getting rid of it, or so it's a tool to Magnus as opposed to some item of serious import, or it's a mystery.
It's a mystery. I mean, clearly that's divine. It's a vestige. He knows what those are, and it's kind of the first time he's ever experienced with this thing. He's kind of excited about it a little bit, but he's not looking to be too. There's just always been death looming over this guy's head all the time. I don't think he really thinks about that anymore. He does care about his life, obviously. That's why he's lived so long. But it's just it's always dangerous.
All right, fair enough. And so with Magnus being ever the pragmatist, the one that I'm most curious to hear about is the one who's the direct servant of the gods, specifically the Matron of Ravens. Rook, the gem is something that is touched by the gods themselves and is a direct conduit to their power. And it's something in your possession, something that Kitty is just wearing around her neck like a charm. Has Rook given any sort of weight to that discussion that you're literally carrying something from the age when gods walked the planet?
He probably has not thought about that too much, but his belief is that the Raven Queen put them on this path. If we would have never found that underwater cave if the Raven Queen did not will it. So he believes this is kind of like a mission from her. It's their duty to do this. She put them on this path, and he has faith in that. And he knows he was caught unaware the first time about how dangerous this thing would be, but he will not be caught unaware like that again. He's starting to take it a little more seriously. He didn't think it was a big deal, but he's kind of getting serious about it now, I would say.
All right. As you guys each ponder the jewel and its implications and the rivals' ambitions towards it all, we carry on back to the ready room. Once again, you guys return to the large barn with the steeply pointed roof, the sign that says the ready room, and undercommon, orc, goblin, and common. And as you guys approach in, you guys know that you have your rooms available and could return to them at any point. But, of course, lively conversations are still kind of like heading upstairs. And you do pick out the distinctive voices of not only Prolix, but also Question. And hopefully the Dungeon Master remembers how he characterized each of them in voice. So that should be fun for me. I run so many campaigns. I'm so tired. But anyway, as you guys head back in, where to?
Want to check the room and look at the tablets first?
Yeah, I think that's not a bad idea.
All right.
Okay. You guys have the far western corner room, so you guys can make your way back there. And Magnus, you feel the weight of the tablets in your pocket as your party kind of like, begins to have a look at them, making your way back to your room. Closing the door behind you, Magnus, you now have the tablets and can have a look at them.
I'd like to be standing outside.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and position yourself there, then, Kitty.
Okay. Let's take a gander at these things. Let's check the Is there a language?
Okay. The language is, of course, the language of magic, and that's the most important thing. And you are kind of studying it, and so I would need from you an Arcana check, please.
Nice.
Well, the 26, you learn that this is what's known as a teleportation tablet. Inscribed on it is a sigil sequence for a permanent teleportation circle. And you know that from that inscription, that this will take you to a place. This will take you to a place known as Ankarl, conveniently on the continent of Marquette.
Takes to Ankarl. Okay. Well, that's what this one is, and I'll put the tablet aside for others to look at.
All three tablets are used in this way.
They're all tablets to Ankarl. Okay.
That is correct.
Like the three of them make one circle kind of deal?
No, they because of the function of the tablets themselves. For example, they are single use. You can use an action to break the tablet in half, turning it to dust. If the tablet's broken the same plane of existence, blah, 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 blah. And so, Magnus, that's what you learn, is that these things are, unfortunately, kind of one-time use, which is why you might have multiples. So, again, here's the information on the teleportation tablet.
Where in Ankarl they're going to take us?
Probably to some of the consortium of the Rumen Dream safe house or something.
Yeah, I wonder. Kind of dangerous to use these things, really, if you think about it.
It's a quick way to get to a different continent, though.
It is a quick way to get to another continent. You're not wrong. Well, it's good to know. And also has no real pressing. It's just like a scroll, so they don't need to know that we have it. So we can just pack that in, and they're ours now.
Should we go get the puzzle box?
Yeah, I mean we stopped her, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you all think?
Well, are we gonna tell him that she was after the Jewel of Three Prayers?
Does he even know about the Jewel of Three Prayers?
I don't think that we should. I think...
Because I assume he's going to ask what she was doing down there. Are we just going to say we don't know? And
we know that she was after those crystals.
Yeah, I think we should tell him that we had to kill her before we could find out what she really wanted. I think we should say that she saw us as a threat and was going to kill us if we did not kill her first.
Right.
Works for
And
me.
that we weren't given the chance to find out more information, if that makes sense.
We can use the crystals as the object, It's not lying, it's just lying for,
Yeah.
Not adding.
We
that
don't
up
know.
to
We
them.
still don't know actually what she wanted with the crystals.
No, but I know that she
So-
wanted them.
I think the crystals were just a way to get us to get her in there. I think
Yeah,
she was
fair.
after the jewel the entire time.
Clearly, it's a whole nother thing. So, guess we decided. Is there any other things we'd like to talk about? I'm kind of worried about a question because we didn't find those people, but hopefully they're not dead.
Yeah, well, I think that we need to, from this point forward, keep the jewel to ourselves. I'll also recommend this to Kitty if she's not listening through the door. Um, but yeah, I think we need to keep the jewel to ourselves going forward. Seems like it seems like people are willing to kill us for it, and I quite like being alive for now.
I agree. It's definitely people are constantly attacking us. It does make our mission a little bit harder.
Exactly. And especially if we're going, to a different continent where we don't know what this jewel means to the people that live there. We don't know what we're stepping into. It's probably best no one knows we have it.
I agree.
So we just need to keep it covered. And I understand that we're already doing that, I think, so. We just won't talk about the update.
As you guys are discussing this, Kitty is outside listening to all of you because the walls here in this place are not amazing. But Kitty, they're talking about your piece of jewelry, and Venn wants to hide it from here on out.
Well, that's what I wasn't wearing it openly.
Mm-hmm.
So I was already doing that to the extent that it's not out for people to see.
Fair enough. But I'm thinking like for a brief moment is like the camera, like, while you guys are having that conversation and the door's like kind of thin, Kitty's standing outside waiting for it, and she's like just sort of looks down at the jewel and how much trouble it's probably caused at this point. Yeah, I think that would have been a nice dramatic sort of scene for a minute. Just Kitty looking at the gem in the firelight or something.
Yeah.
But at any rate, I'll let you guys decide where to go next.
Well, I can use a drink.
Agreed.
So I'll pop in and I'm like, hey guys.
Hey, Kitty.
No, I think we should talk to okay. So we explored the first floor completely, right?
Not completely. There's a hallway
no.
down, but
Yeah.
Definitely not completely. I would say no.
Okay.
we saw a lot of dead
Okay.
Aurora Watch. We didn't see any dead Cobalt Soul, though.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we can tell her we were there, we got to them, and we didn't see them, so we can't be of help to her. But
Yeah.
I don't think we have to. I think we should tell her something.
I think we should tell her, I think we should just tell her that we didn't see them anywhere. I mean, we weren't able to explore the full thing. But the parts that we did explore, we didn't see them.
Who knows? Maybe they're upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And it was extremely dangerous, so it's like we're not gonna go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And perhaps Question had the right idea not going.
Yeah.
But what do you guys want to do?
Go upstairs.
Heading
Yeah.
up?
Let's go upstairs.
Fill Kitty in on what we discussed earlier, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I heard.
Okay. That's just making sure. I never know.
Yeah. Let's go upstairs. I think Venn would look for Question first to kind of break the news to her first, and then deal with the question box thing or puzzle box. I mean. Oh.
Well, you're in luck then, because Prolix and Question seem to have found one another. They are currently sitting at the long table where Question originally spoke to you guys, and they appear to be having a hushed conversation between the two of them. But as you guys ascend the ladder, Prolix turns in your direction, and he sort of just sort of slowly waves. But Question is like just waving her hand. She's like, "Come sit with us! Come sit with us!" And Prolix is just sort of like, yes, come sit with us, please.
Yeah, we'll go sit.
Buying?
Oh.
Rook's gonna wave to the bartender and hold up 4 fingers.
So anyways, the barkeep brings around your guys' drinks and hands them out, collecting. Oh, these are not great accommodations. So let's say collecting. Here it is. Drinks. Collecting 4 times 4 is 16. Collecting 16 copper from Rook. Question is like just overexcited to see you guys, and she says she's like got her sketchbook out already, and she's like she says I drew this for you while you were making your way into the Betrayer's Rise. I hope this is the voice that I'm doing from previous episodes, because someone's gonna fact check me on that, I'm sure. But she's like, look, I saw it, and she like slides like a picture of you guys like heading towards the Betrayer's Rise that she started to sketch out. Some of like, and then she flips the page, and there's you guys like battling the gloom stalkers that came out of the temple itself and attacked you in the Aurora Watch.
It was quite the amazing battle. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to spy on you necessarily, but I did think it was a very amazing piece of art to record. I did. I was just telling Prolix about it. Did you know Prolix was staying in this city?
And Prolix is like, yes, I believe that we have met these individuals, but I think we're probably a bit overexhausting our new friends. Perhaps you would tell us what went down with you-know-who. He leans conspiratorially over the table and questions like,
oh, yes, do tell.
Well, the news that we have from Betrayer's Rise is rather grim. It was a very, very dangerous endeavor. I'm sorry, but we were not able to find the other members of the Cobalt's Allegiance of Allsight. We were not able to find the other members of your allegiance.
I wasn't working with the Allegiance of Allsight. That's yes, that's correct.
I was right.
The library.
I was right the first time.
Right the first time.
But you didn't find anyone.
I'm sorry, no. We didn't see much sign of them either. I'm not sure where they got off to, but it seems that you might have had the right decision staying out.
I feel so terrible. I should have gone. But you tell me this, and I feel a strange sense of determination. If they've been slain, then I should perhaps make sure that those deaths were not in vain.
I think that's a good idea.
But you survived. You came through.
And in one piece, I might add, dear question. The Betrayer's Rise itself is a horrible location. Quite skillful to come out in one piece on the other side.
Well, you're seeing us after we've had some time to heal up and rest.
All the same, I mean, Prolix makes a wonderful point. You do possess skills that, honestly, my colleagues and I could quite use.
Prolix says, I was just thinking the same thing, but perhaps the Allegiance of Allsight could make use of such individuals.
Oh yes, considering that we are in Allegiance, our two groups, that I suppose that they could probably work for either one of us.
Yes, I would be amenable to that, and I'm sure my superiors would as well.
That's something that me and my friends would have to consider.
Well, you're just in luck, actually. We were talking about heading back to Uncarl to report in. Prolix has a teleportation tablet. He was going to teleport us back when you guys came back. He was needing a ride, you see.
And happy to help, comrade.
That's...
But before that, we have other business to discuss. I'm afraid I must inquire about my counterpart of the consortium.
Indeed, we do have other matters to discuss. As far as the little deal that we had worked out, I hope that you'll consider. That you'll consider that we fulfilled it. I'll tell you what we know.
Please.
Alicia, we weren't able to find her for most of our trip to the Betrayer's Rise. When we did find her, she attacked us. We don't necessarily know why, but she was out to kill us. We had to kill her first. Whatever she was intending to do in the Betrayer's Rise, we put a stop to it, as far as I can tell. But what her intentions were, I don't know.
And that is unfortunately a lie, Venn. So you will have to make a
I don't
deception
know
roll,
what you're
please.
talking about. I was very truthful.
Dungeon Master knows better, so let's have a deception roll,
Alright.
please.
16.
Prolix looks at you a bit quizzically. Question's like just nodding along, like very, very excited about the whole thing. But Prolix kind of like looks at you a bit quizzically, as if he suspects something. But then he finally, his gaze kind of relents, and he says, "I see. Well, that's as long as she has been dealt with, and party has not suffered too many bruises, then I will call that a win."
Yes, yes. Again, quite skillful. The Cobalt Soul could use you.
As could the Allegiance.
I was gonna use Flash of Genius on that, but I had to check and make sure that it actually had the ability check, and it does say ability check. I'll link
Okay,
that, and that just gives her a +4 on that.
Okay, so it turns Ven's deception into a 20. But if Prolix did catch it, he doesn't seem to be letting on.
Okay. He's not gonna
Insight
threaten
check,
us.
Elena.
He's not gonna turn our allies against us.
I tell you what, Kitty, do you actually want an insight check against Prolix?
Alan wants an insight check, but Kitty wouldn't know to do that.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
So if someone else wants to take the hint.
What do you think?
I'll do it. I'll insight check him.
All right,
Yeah.
Rook, go ahead.
Ben's focused
You're
on telling
quietly
the lie.
On a 26, she has successfully fooled Prolix. He's none the wiser.
Okay. Cool.
Question, however, is like still aware of the jewel, but Question doesn't seem to be too keyed into what's happening. She's mostly just scribbling things down and really enjoying herself.
And then what happened? Tell me about the
She's actually chewing Magnus's ear off right now. It's like,
Tell me where this battle took place. Who was attacking you? Was there any sort of sparkling explosions, say from another realm, a void of infinite cosmos and danger?
I mean, the place had a lot of crystals, like the red ones.
Crystals.
and she's just scribbling furiously at that
Yeah,
point.
it was like a crater, so you just kind of circle here. Yep, that's right.
Did you see anything down there? Did anything talk to you? I heard demon voices inside. I'm sure of it.
We definitely heard demon voices in there for sure.
Oh, fascinating.
It was
She's
all over
scribbling,
that temple.
Oh, did they say anything about your mother? They said a lot about my mother.
Oh, they said things. I didn't appreciate
good.
it.
Question, perhaps. But you say Aloysia has been dealt with, yes?
Yes, very much so.
Then I believe that this belongs to you. And he hands over the guys. He hands over the puzzle box and also a bag full of gold, 200 gold pieces specifically.
Mind if I look at the puzzle box?
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, I could have opened it myself at any point, but why steal the fun from you, partner?
That you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right,
what?
I love these things. All right, let's see.
Can I pause for a second? Weren't the crystals orange?
The crystals were orange. They were not red.
Oh, I meant to.
Okay,
I meant to say orange.
so-
Then I didn't mean to lie on that one. I was just sitting there thinking there were.
Deception!
I honestly was like, am I remembering it wrong? Because I remembered them orange from last
I thought
week
she was
too.
looking for
And
red.
just the red was
Yeah.
am I losing my mind?
Yeah, they're more amber colored, I suppose, would be the right phrase.
I don't have to worry about things like color.
Yeah.
The colorblind, are we, Luke?
Yeah, I'm super colorblind.
Like a dog, kind of like you see black and white, and that's it.
No, but put two colors next to each other, it's over for me.
Oh no,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I'm very colorblind.
a lot of people have it.
And for that, Luke, we're ejecting you from the campaign. Okay,
Oh.
sorry.
Whoa, damn, bro.
No, of course not.
And he's super colorblind, so they make him wear a cape
Yeah.
and telephone
That's it.
booths. Which you can't tell our telephone booths because he can't tell their
We won't
colors.
discuss it. You can't discuss the incident where this little old lady was waiting for a crosswalk for the lights to change because I just the colors, that whole thing. He's not legally allowed to talk about it.
No.
Oh boy.
It's like an injunction.
Oh boy. All right.
Granny stain on the street. Anyway,
Terrible.
pretty bad. The bus driver just gave up right there. All right. So anyway, Prolix, and you're going through the box. We're dealing with the box, right?
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing? Okay. So let's get back to the box situation.
You guys can keep talking.
Box. Okay. Anyone who tinkers with the puzzle box's locking mechanism can make an intelligence check.
Kitty's got this, don't
Damn
worry.
right. Damn right.
So just intelligence check.
That's what it says. Intelligence check. That's cruel.
Oh. I'm using inspiration.
Okay, inspiration to reroll. Okay. Or no, yes, it's inspiration to completely reroll. Okay, so with a 17, Magnus, that is unfortunately not a success. Does anybody want to help him out?
Can I do a flash of genius on myself?
When you're a creature, you can do this number. You can take this reaction number of times. Yeah, your reactions certainly come back by now. So yeah, sure.
All right, another 4 is added onto that.
Okay, with that is a 21, and after a few moments, you're struggling with the box, trying to get it, sorted out and fixed, until finally the puzzle box, you find the right catch. You realize you kind of silently applaud yourself for your genius, and then the box pops open, the lid opens up, and Prolix is looking over oh, what is it?
Yes.
Books start coming out.
No, hold it up.
And what you find inside is a folded piece of paper.
Fun, and I'll just take the piece of paper and put it in my pocket.
Okay, you want to look at it?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Not in front of these guys.
Magnus's curiosity is selective.
I just wanted to, the puzzle was the biggest part.
Okay, well, you have succeeded, and Magnus, you may add mysterious piece of paper to your
You
inventory.
got it.
Kitty asked to borrow it for origami.
I can get you another sheet of paper. Hold on. Here you go. I just make a sheet of paper, I guess, because that's what the thing does.
Kitty starts folding the paper, and she gives Rook the 4th beer he bought because she doesn't drink.
Right.
Yeah, but I didn't know if you wanted to be included, so I figured I'd just get 4. And Rook will drink it.
She's already, yeah.
The question's
Could I have it? Talking like this is actually very painful.
Oh boy.
I could use a drink right now.
Haven't been drinking this whole time?
He'll slide it across the table, the question.
Oh, well, unfortunately, I kind of forgot what this character's voice was, so I'm just making shit up now. And
she drinks it, and she's suddenly talks very clean. No, still the same voice.
oh shit, it didn't work.
Yep.
Never mind.
Question, you gotta lay off the Marlboros.
The dungeon. It's not me. The dungeon master only has about 25 voices, maybe tops. I don't know. Hacking a fraud. This one.
Maybe tomorrow morning you'll land on a different one.
Maybe next time that. Maybe in a week's time in some far-flung dimension, it'll be an entirely different voice.
I don't think.
I have a different voice too.
It sounds like it's really rough on you. All right.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, now that we've made these jokes, you won't forget it. That's gonna be her voice forever.
Yeah. More reasons to listen to my own playbacks at this point, even though I've been avoiding it like the plague. Sorry, Alan. All right. Just hate the sound of my own voice. Anywho, it's self-esteem issues. I made them myself.
You're
Hope you like them.
All right. Well,
I made them myself.
But anyway, Prolix is I don't suppose that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Just, yeah, to say I have pride in your self-esteem issues means you have self-esteem. Just throwing that at you.
Fucking damn it! Foiled again. This has been therapy talk with Alan. Okay. Let's get back to it.
Oh dear God!
Imagine. Get over yourself.
I would probably be. I honestly I've been through a lot of therapy, so I tend to do that for a lot of people. If that makes any
I
sense.
did the same thing.
But part of it is a lot of therapy is just get over yourself. It's not about not in that cruel thing, but bad things don't happen to you because of you.
Yeah.
You know,
it turns out you actually have merit. You're just really hung up on this, and if we just talk through it for a little while, you'll probably feel a lot better. is what
Yeah.
most therapy is, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Anywho, go to therapy, kids. That's the message for today. And if any therapists out there want to sponsor the podcast, then by all means, we'll take your money.
Did you go insane listening to this?
Hold on, that sounds like a lawsuit commercial. You don't want that. You may be entitled to compensation.
All right.
Anyway, go to therapy, kids. It's good for you. So anyway, Prolix carries on. He says, "Oh, well, you're not even going to show us what was in there? I mean, I knew the whole time, but I figured you'd want to show everyone."
Oh, I thought it was a note from you. I thought you solved it.
Okay,
I'll read it later.
Insight check. I'll do an insight check. Here I go.
You win. Prolix turns a couple shades darker, but he's yeah, he's not doing good.
I got a 3. I think he has seen it.
So Prolix he changes the subject immediately and says, I don't suppose that maybe you'd like a bit of employment. I don't know what it is that you're up to now, but I can certainly offer you an introduction to my peers in the Allegiance of Insight, and perhaps learn more about whatever it is you're willing to learn more about. We're quite a knowledgeable source.
I suppose we could sleep on it.
Well, consider the Library of the Cobalt Soul as well. But Prolix and I are going to head back tomorrow using Prolix's teleportation tablet. If you want to tag along, that would be the fastest way.
I mean, unless you've got teleportation tablets yourselves, that would be the odds of that.
It'd be awfully convenient.
It sure would. Like it was scripted.
So weird. So,
Yeah, very weird.
I mean, I wouldn't mind tagging along. I mean, hell, we're gonna head that way anyways, right? We were thinking about going up that way.
It would
Yeah.
take you so long to get there. You should come with us.
Yes.
Let me get this hook out of my mouth first. All right.
So with that, Prolix and Question open up the floor for questions and stuff like that. So if you guys have anything you want to ask them, feel free.
Okay, this is over the table because Kitty would not be this smart. Can someone try to convince them to walk out of town? I agree for the free trip if that makes sense. But can we walk out of town so they think we're leaving town?
Right, before we teleport.
Does that make sense? Yeah, because I don't want that. I'm sure they'll find a teleportation disc somewhere. I don't know how they'll find that, but But I don't want. I want to mislead them that we're not doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I also... okay, yeah, I just thought of something I want to ask them, so I'll include that in what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Ben will say, "We'd love to go with you, but can we make an agreement that it would just be our party traveling with you?"
Oh yes, I think that's fine, Prolix.
Well, yes. I see no one else to take, unless you made some friends that I need to know about. And
No. And my second request, the Betrayer's Rise and Bazazan in general has left a bit of a sour taste in me and my friends' mouths. Would it be okay if we performed this teleportation circle outside of the town? It doesn't have to be far, and we'll provide any protection.
well, I think that's fine. We can certainly do that. I'm certainly one that can understand secrecy.
Then I think we have a deal.
What do we tell it? What secrets are we hiding? I need to write them down.
Well, we can't tell you here, Question.
Oh, because it's a secret. Oh, okay.
Exactly.
And if you write it down, it's not a very good secret.
But you're right. But how will people learn from us in the future? We must preserve everything we can for future generations to learn from us.
Well, there is a spell.
Oh yes, there's many spells. There's Firebolt, Fireball, Wall of Fire. Is it Meteors? What else causes fire?
You really like your fire spells, huh?
I'm thinking Speak with Dead. That was the spell I had in mind.
Oh no, too smelly.
Okay, fair enough.
Prolix just looks at this exchange and he's like, finally he just says, "So tomorrow then?"
Yeah.
Yes, I think that was all that we wanted to discuss.
Jolly good. I think I'll turn in for the evening and make preparations. I've got a lot of packing to do. Question?
Yes, I have some packing to do as well. Good night.
And,
night.
Prolix and...
Can we get them to tell us where their rooms are?
Yeah, you actually do know. They are on the... I tell you what, I can transition you guys down there for a moment. They have separate rooms, obviously, but they're in these rooms here.
Oh, gotcha.
Down the bottom floor. All right. If there is nothing you guys want to add in, I think it's a fine time to go to break. So, anything else to add?
No.
No? Okay. Then as you guys, as the night rolls on and you guys decide to finally turn in, you consider where it is that you're heading to next, the city of Unkarel, in the continent of Marquette. And by the most expedient manner possible. Isn't that convenient?
Yeah.
And with that, we are at break. How you guys doing so far?
Doing great.
Good.
Cool. All right, I will catch you guys in a bit. Enjoy your break. See.
So my thoughts were, is anyone still here?
I'm still here.
I was hoping Rook would attack Gal, and then I could finish him. You know what because I think if you did like Booming Blade.
Yeah, I was going for Venn, because she was on death saves.
Okay. So I think I was gonna take him out and then get in Dermot's face, and I was gonna because if I knock him down, I can hit him again with the great sword, if that makes sense. So I was gonna put him onto killing blows and then tackle the cleric.
Yeah, my plan was to try to fly by, get Venn up, and then come help.
I think we could have won. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, for sure. I just couldn't see shit for that one round.
I want to see what's on this note that we found in the puzzle box.
I know. I just didn't want to open it up in front of a bunch of people. Found this sucker inside a demon's stomach. The hell is this thing?
It just was funny because I had made plans to I'm like strategy, and then he fucking heals Venn, and I'm like, motherfucker.
It did throw off the kill 'em all plan.
Yeah, for sure. I was like, I'm just like, I can stay. They barely touched me.
Yeah.
I'm
not half, but a little more.
Yeah.
Over half. I was
Right, and if we take the mage off the board, I tackle the cleric. It's over.
I didn't realize how potent upcasting Cure Wounds is in this version.
Yeah.
It's 2d8 for every level. So
yeah. All right, I'm gonna leave now. I just wanted to talk on it.
If we are all prepared, let us return now to our presentation. Do you guys have anything that you wanted to do the next morning before you met with Prolix in question?
No.
I'm gonna look at the letter or the paper.
Okay, you're gonna crack open that paper.
Did we get a long rest?
Yes, a long rest has been declared.
Thank you.
Good reminding.
Says the spellcaster.
Spellcaster that was down, yeah.
All right, yes, let's go and do the long rest things. And while we're talking about, and since we're talking about that, I need to check if when your guys' next level is going to be, because that's also.
I'm gonna tune to that sword as well.
Okay, the sword that you found down in the Betrayer's Rise?
Yeah.
Okay, the Sword of Selene. Okay. What level are you guys now? 7th, right? Yeah. Okay, that's where you're supposed to be.
Nope.
Okay, so let's go through this one at a time, because I've got to try and track down the locations of these things. Magnus, as you open the piece of paper, you find that, unfortunately, you don't understand what it is. The paper is apparently a magical scroll of some kind, but unfortunately you are not on its list of classes.
Ah. Can I do an Arcana to see what kind of spell it is?
Afraid not, unfortunately, as the rules do say that that's not the case. But you may try to hand it to your compatriots to see if maybe they understand it.
You guys understand this? And I start handing it off to Rook.
Rook, yes, you understand it, and it is a spell of Bestow Curse.
Oh.
On that class list is Bard, Cleric, and Wizard. So, allow me to get you guys Bestow Curse and let you know what all that's about. Alright, touch creature. Creature must succeed on Wisdom saving throw, become cursed for the duration of the spell. So, Rook and Venn, you guys can use these.
Then do you want it?
It doesn't matter to me. You can have it if you want, or I'll take it if you don't. It doesn't matter.
You can have it.
Okay.
I got a bunch
I
of
will take it.
already.
It is concentration. Good to know.
So, feel free to drag that over from your sheet and mark it scroll if you want to. It is perfectly fine.
Alright.
Okay. And a Bestow Curse is yours, and that was what's in the puzzle box. What was the other thing? The sword? The sword of Celine?
I thought you
right?
said it was attunement, but I could be misremembering.
It is attunement, and with that, I need to find it again, is the real trouble. So let's see here. As mentioned, it is a +1 sword, normally. Okay.
Sentient cursed item.
No, she identified it.
I know. It was just funny to think of it like that.
Don't make Syker have to do another voice.
I need more rasp.
Give the sword a voice now, Syker.
There you go. Happy?
Now with marbles in your mouth.
Happy now.
Dance, puppet dance. No, terrible. Just terrible.
Jesus.
Back to your basement
Lord,
story,
man.
Goblin.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. You people... Look. Hurt my feelings.
No.
One thing I wanted to do in the game, as opposed to making fun of the DM, is, like, if possible, use my sentry rest to, like, watch the doors of Whisper and the other guy, because I'm great at name.
Question and prolix.
Prolix in question?
Prelate, yeah. And just, that's where I rest, so I can keep an eye on them to make sure they're not going to talk to other people.
Okay. All right. So, Luke attunes to the sword. Who got the scroll again? That was Ben? Yeah, that right? Okay, Ben got it. Okay, you guys going to add those to your sheets, and let's carry on with our lives, shall we? All right. Anything else you want to do before you meet Prolix in question?
Did they leave their rooms at all? Just
No, they went to bed. You did hear Prolix and Prolix in question just mostly sleeping. They really didn't do anything out of the ordinary.
okay, cool.
They took a long rest. And okay, back to it. Right. Okay. So, you guys do. If there's nothing else, then you guys will leave Batsazan behind and begin making your way far away from the city. And I imagine maybe you guys are probably trying to keep an eye out for things, trying to make sure that people aren't watching you. So, how about a perception roll? Let's have one of those on your guys' way out of the city. You know, Prolix is like, well, I hope you guys are in for a real treat. I mean, this is going to be quite the change of scenery.
Not our best work.
Yep. Really nailed it.
I'm sorry.
Can you roll higher than a 10?
Yeah.
Take your time.
There we
Oh,
go.
yeah, I might be able to, motherfucker. Like,
That's a nat 20, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a nat 20.
Nicely done. All right, Kitty, you're fairly certain no one's watching you as you guys leave the city or anything like that. But also, you guys didn't really like run into Terran Vaskhand or Baron Taskhand, the Taskhand. His title is the Taskhand. So you didn't run into Baron Thelis on your guys' way out because really we don't need to at this point. Oh, you know what? That's a 23. That's a good one. That's actually a really good thing to do. I'll tell you what. With the 23, you do see, as you're leaving Batsazan, and without issue, Kitty, you do turn your head back to the walls themselves, and you see Varen Thelis, the task hand, the leader of the city, He is holding his glaive very, very, very awesomely, and he just like raises like a soft hand in your guys' direction as to wave farewell with a smile upon his face. But that is what you see, Kitty.
Okay. I'll point him out to everybody so we can all awkwardly wave.
Yeah, wave real big.
Varen does the same thing. That gets very awkward, and then Varen
And then I'll
goes
do
back
two hands.
and he does two hands.
And then I start jumping around doing kind of a weird jumping jack situation, and then we leave.
He stands on his head and waves his legs.
That's right. That
None
guy's
of-
cool as shit.
None of this
He
happened.
doesn't. He just. He fully meets you at that energy, right? Like that's kind of the best part about him.
All right, let's archive this and let's get on to the next bit. As you guys are well away, once you guys are well away from Batzazan, Prolix picks a spot there, and Question is kind of scribbling in her sketchbook, and finally he says, "All right, everyone. So if we'll all just stand close and get ready to be transported to a place that that so many get to visit, but very few appreciate. I think you'll quite enjoy Ank'Harel, the jewel of the desert, the jewel of hope." Yes. Ready?
Right?
All right.
Oh, yes. Very much so.
Here we go. And with that, Prolix snaps the tablet in half, and with that, a glowing 10-foot diameter teleportation circle of glowing blue light appears on the ground, and he says, "All right, let's go." And he steps in, disappears. Question says,
See you guys there.
and she steps on it and disappears, and you guys hopefully do as well.
Can we
Big honey.
can we throw up bets of what we think it's actually gonna be like?
What? Say that again?
He was talking about how it's like the jewel of the desert and everything. I said, can we throw up bets of what we think it's actually gonna be like?
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
I think it's gonna be deserted.
I think it's going to be like some sort of Arabian bazaar, but you
Yeah,
know,
full, like, thieves
wherever
and-
that is.
Jabba the Hutt's palace.
I'm jumping in. I need to see.
Yeah, we'll go in.
All right, as you guys step in, the camera switches to a spectacular desert metropolis, the most precious jewel on the continent of Marquette. And as it follows a sort of sweeping vista from this flying ship that comes overhead of the city itself, there is, of course, this city that is nestled here in this just gleaming with sand and gold and all sorts of other accoutrements, as the city itself it's brought in through our camera view as everything kind of just swoops over, and it looks very, very majestic. And let's talk about Ank'Harel for a moment, shall we? Ank'Harel translates into Jewel of Hope in the northern dialect of the Marquesian language. And as you guys get your bearings about the situation, I actually need a couple of things. The gloom of Batzazan gives way to the sunlight and warm winds of Marquette as you guys arrive in the metropolis of Ank'Harel. And what it is that you're going to be doing here is, of course, anyone's guess. The Prolix and Question are very keen for you to meet their superiors in the Allegiance of All Sight and the Cobalt and the Library of the Cobalt Soul. It's very hard to say. There's a lot of multi-word factions here. It's the of this, of that. Come on, just settle down. Okay, just call
Pick a
yourself.
lane, buddy.
Pick a lane. And they're all three of them doing it. But at any rate, as your guys' magic spell finally teleports you to your location, that's the next thing I need. Arrival in Ank'Harel. Located thousands of miles from Wildemount, Ank'Harel is vibrant and alive, a sharp contrast to the war-scarred land that you have left behind. Instead of the grim towers and besieged houses of Batzazan, you now find yourselves in a realm of sprawling roads and towering structures humming with life, all surrounded by the golden dunes of the Marquesian desert. Ank'Harel is a bustling metropolis, and you guys will certainly find no shortage of opportunities for adventure within its walls. Alright, the chilly air and gloomy clouds of Batzazan are replaced with dry heat and a brilliant blue sky visible through the arched window of a magnificent building with walls of white marble. Beneath your feet is a teleportation circle from which the glow of magic is slowly subsiding. And let me transition you guys to Ankarel.
Is it night here too?
Let me finish this before I answer that
yep.
question. Still kind of.
How many demons do we see?
Just Venn.
Whoa.
The other two are tieflings too.
Yeah, I was. You're the only one that's a demon, though. They're people.
Okay.
Those are devils. There's a difference.
So, you guys find yourselves in this teleportation atrium. A permanent teleportation circle stands in the center of this austere domed building. And Prolix is like, well, here we are. All right, everyone, watch your step. Come on. Off the thing before someone teleports right on top of us.
Oh, we wouldn't want that, would we?
What would happen if that happened?
We might be spliced into or sent into another dimension. Like, say, I don't know, maybe a place with, all sorts of, demons and monsters. We can't go there.
She's exaggerating.
How many dimensions are there?
Oh, an infinite number, yes.
Yes, we could quite tell you about them. There's this and there's that, and he starts rattling off a bunch of dimensions.
I mean, look, there's pocket dimensions that are just dimensions standalone. So, I mean, yeah.
There's even a place where these are sort of mechanical creatures in various configurations. They're called modrons, actually. You might even run into one of those one day, running this sort of clockwork kind of march almost every few generations. There's no idea what they're doing, but it's pretty amazing.
Ben, can I look in your pockets for a dimension?
No, I'll show you a dimensional pocket if we ever get our hands on a magical bag of some sort.
Okay.
So as you guys kind of look around at the surroundings that you find yourselves in, you are surrounded by a lot of several buildings. In fact, the first one you see like a tavern kind of over here in this corner.
Can I give Venn the +1 studded armor now, since we slept?
Yes, of course you may.
There you go. Here, Venn. Forgot to give this to you the other day.
I wish you'd made it in pink, but it's fine.
I'm gonna give myself a vigilant blessing.
Jeez. It's
Alright.
blue. Sorry.
So vigilant blessing does what again?
And, initiative, or advantage on initiative.
Yeah. Advantage on initiative. Okay. All right. So as you guys step off the teleportation platform, looking around at the surroundings that you guys are in, Prolix says, I wonder if you would all be comfortable meeting with my superiors. I'm happy to take you to the terrace school to meet with my superiors. I think you'll find it quite illuminating.
Sure. Lead away.
Well, I think this is unfortunately where we part ways. Prolix, thank you for helping me get here. I must inform my superiors at the library about the loss of my expedition. And I'm going to also tell them about your involvement. Only good things, though.
Where will we find you?
Oh, well, that's the thing. I'll find you. If you're going to be with Prolix, I'll be called upon, and you'll be called upon in a few days' time, maybe, if you're interested. But here, allow me to give you something, Magnus.
And she hands you a stone that says that kind of looks like a face with an open mouth on one side of the stone. And as she produces its match, and she has handed you one half of a pair of sending stones.
Voice.
My superior, Iwo Zalare, will probably be the one to contact you through the stone. Oh, here, have this.
She reaches into her pack and produces something for you guys, as I will transition you guys to the Ankarel poster map, which I also need.
Who's the stone going to again? Who's the person?
Good question. That is Iwo Zalare of the Cobalt Soul. And you guys are not in the Suncut Bazaar. You are over in the Sigil District, is where she points you guys out at. From the map that Question gives you, this city is massive. She points out several locations for you guys, like,
Over here is the River District.
and then she says,
And up there you can even see the Cerulean Palace. But most of the fun is just looking around yourself, really. You can find most anything you need here.
Holy shit, this place is huge.
Yes, I know, isn't it? but I think you'll like it here. It's all very cosmopolitan.
Well, it looks like they figured out walls here, at least.
Bit of a throwback there. And with that question, she will say...
Anyway, enjoy. Become familiar with the city during your stay.
And after that, she waves out a hand and says,
I'll be staying in the guided district.
and as a carriage, it kind of rolls up to her on the street. And she says,
The guided district, please.
and the driver, lets her climb inside. And I'll illuminate you guys for the guided district as well, where she is going to be. And Prolix, after that, says, well, farewell, question. Hope to see you again soon. Well, I'm sure Headmaster Alakritos would be more than happy to speak with us right away. Shall we?
All right.
Ah, yeah.
All right, and with that, if there's no other questions, Prolix will happily lead you towards his... Yes, go ahead.
How much money did he give us for
Prolix
that?
gave you 200 gold to
Put it in
split.
the Vault already.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I didn't hear how much it was.
Okay.
We're good.
In that
All right.
case, we got no money, and we're splitting it. No, there's no version of us splitting it between the other three.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Prolix leads you guys across the Sigil District, which features well-watered green grass, beautiful fig trees, and dozens of buildings. After a while, you guys arrive at the Terrace Schoolhouse, which Prolix tells you is one of the 2 universities run by the Allegiance of Alcite in Ank'Harel. The larger and less stringent of the city's 2 universities, Terrace Schoolhouse offers a curriculum that features practical applications of magic, as well as a wide range of trade skills. Its physical presence, though not as imposing as that of the Crystal Chateau, says Prolix, occupies a large portion of the Sigil District, made up of both older buildings of weathered brick and newer structures built from stone quarried from northern Marquette. He tells you that academic schedules at the schoolhouse are typically divided into 2 semesters, each 5 months long. And the institution also puts on single-session educational seminars that anyone in the city is welcome to attend. As with the Crystal Chateau, Prolix is proud to announce, tuition at the Terrace Schoolhouse is free for all residents of Ank'Harel. Could use some of that here.
Oh.
Anyway, as he guides you guys towards the school's campus, he leads you into one of the administrative buildings. It says, this way. And he begins taking you guys up the staircase to the next floor. Alright, so you guys are now on the 2nd floor, as you can kind of tell here. So you can see how these tiles are cool. They're kind of stacking on top of each other. They're really neat.
That is, I love it.
I love it. And as he leads you guys into the administrative buildings, the bottom half is the same brick that makes up many of the older buildings, but halfway up the outside, the walls turn to delicate stonework, as if someone had built a new floor on top of an old foundation. Glittering spires of iron and crystal adorn its sloping roof, and as Prolix leads you guys to this door, you see a silver lettering across the door that reads Headmaster Alakritos. Alright, as the door opens up, Prolix leads you guys inside, and the headmaster behind the desk, he is a short, sort of wizened goblin wearing spectacles, a sort of purple and green robe with the very open, flowing wizard sleeve situation, arcane sigils, and a sort of dour expression. But the older goblin kind of lights up when Prolix comes into the door, and he's quite pleased to see Prolix, and Prolix ushers all of you inside. Come in. The headmaster sort of looks at all of you and says, good to see you again, Prolix, my dear student. You have a good time in Batsuzan? It was a very... anyway, as Alakritos kind of looks over all of you, and he says, I have the... And Prolix actually says, I have the most interesting story to tell you, Headmaster. I have brought these individuals to speak with you. Oh? What is it that we're speaking about, Prolix? These individuals were telling me that they had a sort of strange encounter with, Aloysia Telfan of the Consortium. And with that, the headmaster's eyes kind of light up, and he leans in a little closer and says, "Oh, do tell. But first, where are my manners? I am Grizz Alakritos, the headmaster of the Terrace School, and a member of the Allegiance of All Sight. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance."
The pleasure's all ours. My name is Venn, and these are my companions.
Pleasure to meet you, Venn. And who are these other fine individuals that you bring to us?
Her companions.
Yes, indeed, companions. And do you have a name, my friend?
My name's Kitty.
Hello,
Well,
Kitty.
technically it's childcare integrated teacher/defender, but people call me Kitty because it's easier.
Pardon my saying so, but are you a warforged of some kind? I've heard many tales of strange devices that walk and talk, such as as people. But I'm not meaning to be insulting. I'm certain you're just as much of a person as anyone else here.
Thank you. I am just as much of a person as anyone else here.
Yes, quite so, quite so. Well, I must say this is a most fascinating experience, Miss Kitty. I'm glad you've joined us today. But what's this all about, Prolix? Tell me, what did you find in Batsazan? Well, Headmaster, I think it's more important that they tell you. The Headmaster and I were keeping an eye on Aloysia Telfin, as you know, and we're most curious as to what went down inside of the Betrayer's Rise. Perhaps you'd be willing to tell the story.
Sure, there's not much of a story to tell, but I'll tell what we do have.
Can I interrupt really quick?
Yeah?
Sure.
I go, we made her go okay.
We made her go crazy, and then a bunch of birds pecked out her eyes.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. When we were in the Betrayer's Rise, Aloysia was nowhere to be seen until sort of the end of our trip into the place. And when she did make an appearance, she, for whatever reason, wanted to kill us. We seemed to be in the way of whatever she wanted. And unfortunately, we had to end her life through insanity and spectral birds.
So the headmaster is listening with this sort of rapt attention as Prolix is beaming with pride that his mission was successful. And finally, does anybody else add anything? He's just patiently listening to everything you guys say.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
I see. Well, I must admit, it's a strange tale and a bit, shall I say, void of detail. The consortium never does anything goes to such lengths for just to slay an adventuring party. What did she want from you exactly? I mean, the consortium's not out to simply just slay people that they run across. There was something that she wanted, clearly. Not to mention risking death and destruction inside the Betrayer's Rise. What is it? You can't expect me to believe that she simply just assaulted a random adventuring party. There must be more to the story.
I believe that her intentions for attacking us were not because we had something that she wanted, but simply because we stood in the way of what she wanted. There was an altar in the Betrayer's Rise, and when Aloysia found us, we were already at it.
Oh, and what was this altar about?
Well, there were no markings on it, and it was surrounded by crystals.
Crystals? What kind of crystals?
Magnus, you studied them closer than I did. What kind of crystals?
I do believe the legend lore on these things where there were ruidium crystals, but I don't know, it looked like orange crystals to me. I don't know what value they have.
And I've never heard of this. I don't think I've heard of this ruidium before. But I've heard the name at least spoken at least once, as I'm trying to remember what it is the script said. And I understand it's a relatively new mineral that's kind of come up. But what did the consortium want with it? Did Aloysia not say anything? Did she not she not try to include you into any sort of, like, grand plan or anything? Nothing at all?
Sure, she tried to talk to us about it, but I mean, there was more hands in this thing than others. I mean, we had, we had Question, and then we had you guys talk to us about doing something, and we just kind of, like, right there in the middle, we weren't really sure if we were going to work with this person, and then you guys approached us later after doing some weird stuff at the crematorium, and then, questioned, but she was crazy at first, but then seemed to kind of mellow out a little bit later.
I see. Well, in that case, I suppose that all's well that ends well, then, if that's the case. Nothing to add at all, eh? Very well.
I'm sorry that I can't provide more information. If I knew more, I would let you know for our own self-preservation. We don't like being attacked.
No, I should say that you didn't, but I dare say that if the consortium has taken an interest in you, then perhaps it is our duty to help them out, wouldn't you say, Prolix? Help whom out, Headmaster? These adventurers you brought me, obviously, not the consortium. Oh, yes, I quite agree, Headmaster, quite agree. Well then, I think that it's most important that perhaps you stay here with us for some time. Prolix, would you be willing to volunteer your apartment? Why, yes, Headmaster, of course. I'm more than happy to let these people stay with me until such time as they can be evaluated. Well, yes, of course. And I imagine that Prolix has brought you to me because, well, why is that exactly, Prolix? Well, Headmaster, I mean, if they're people that can survive the Betrayer's Rise, they'd be quite useful to us, wouldn't you agree? Yes, I see your point, dear boy. Very well, but perhaps we haven't even asked them. Is this something that you would be interested in? I mean, we could be very beneficial to you, not to mention a buffer against any further consortium attacks. They wouldn't dare think twice about dealing with membership has its privileges, you understand, a bit of security, safety in numbers, and all that.
Oh, sure. I know that Question kind of was interested in us too. I hope you don't mind if we kind of talk it out with them as well.
I think that's quite fine. In the meantime, you'd be welcome to stay either with Prolix or wherever it is that you might find a comfortable bed. Plenty to be had in Ank'Harel.
And I appreciate your candor, sir.
You're quite welcome. And in that case, if there's nothing else, Prolix, I have a few papers to grade, so if you would be so kind. Yes, Headmaster, right away. And he will say, but the Headmaster then continues, but I imagine you might have questions, perhaps, about your new surroundings. I imagine that if you've just come fresh from Batzazan, Ank'Harel must be a bit of a change of scenery.
It is a whole lot all at once. But, I'm excited. This is new to me. I'm used to, dark skies all the time and demons everywhere, so.
I haven't seen any demons here yet, so that's completely different.
No, I think we'd be very interested in hearing stories about demons.
I killed a bunch of them.
Really?
Kind of all over that place.
Prolix, you get out a pen, dear boy, and let's take some of this down, shall we? And, the Headmaster, quizzes you guys about, some of your, battles, and I don't know how much you intend to share with them.
I mean, depends on how much time we got, because Magnus will go on about all the fights he's been in.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's probably safer to ask what you don't tell them.
Venn would hold back any details about the jewel and probably any details about Ao's group. At least about Ao's group betraying them. She wouldn't tell him about that.
Okay. All right then. So the Headmaster is happy to answer any questions about Ank'Harel that you guys might have, or about the Allegiance of Allsight. Either one.
Mm-hmm. I had a couple of questions about the Allegiance.
Sure.
What you guys said you could provide aid. What would that look like?
Well, the aid itself, you see, it's probably easier to just explain what we are. We are an academic collective known across Marquette, and our original members came to Ank'Harel from across the continent to rebuild the robust academic tradition that defined the elves and orcs of ancient Kel Morrow, which place where the city now stands. We're embodied in two of our academic institutions, here in the Terra Schoolhouse, and the Crystal Chateau, an elite school of arcane principles, in the center of our operations. Students are welcome from anywhere in Ank'Harel to come to Terra Schoolhouse, mind you, but the Chateau's programs are very competitive, and all pupils there required to join the Allegiance. Not to mention, we are in opposition to the consortium of the Vermilion Dream, and with that we can offer you resources, lodgings, support in times of need. And of course, obviously, your part in this would be to help us uncover the mysteries of the past. For you see, to peer into the past is to illuminate the future. And in that we would illuminate one another and learn ancient mysteries together, unlocking the secrets of our distant past.
That does sound enticing, at least for me. I can't speak for my companions. But I will say that me and my friends here do have our own goals in life and our own things that we need to work out. I'd hope that we'd be granted some freedom in where we choose to travel and what we choose to explore.
Of course, you're not prisoners here. You may explore the city at your leisure and perhaps give some thought to becoming members of our order.
Do you have to be smart to be a member?
Well, I dare say, not necessarily smart, Miss Kitty, but perhaps a passion for learning. That would suit you best.
What if we know people that have a passion for learning?
I suppose that would be sufficient. Do you have a passion for learning, Miss Kitty?
I like to paint. Does that count?
I think it would, yes. I think that would be very fine to include.
I pull on Ben's shirt and go, I have a passion for learning.
I knew you did.
The old goblin smiles, despite himself. Prolix is kind of just like Prolix does too.
I'm interested to see your libraries, I suppose.
What can you tell us about the consortium of Vermilion Dream? You said that you oppose them. Can you give us more details about them? Up until recently, we thought them just to be harmless.
Yes, that's the thing that they like to present themselves as. They hold a court, as I understand it, in a place in the Suncut Bazaar. We haven't been able to find their headquarters, and we would certainly take steps to have them dealt with if we manage to find it. They present themselves as a group of occult mystics, assembling a membership of like-minded souls from across Exandria. As I understand them, they're focusing on studying the magic described in folklore that's been dismissed as, well, shall we say, fanciful by proper institutions such as mine. The group takes its name from the foremost object of their fascination, Ruidus, the moon of Exandria that's fabled to bestow ill fortune and suffering upon those that are born, enter into contracts, or begin new ventures under its light. The consortium itself is, as we understand it, they lean heavily on their members for support, selling the services of their magically skilled devotees to government officials, diplomats, other persons of means. And unfortunately, a large portion of their income goes to support the Sentinels of Memory, the consortium's tentative ally against us. We unfortunately have quite offended the Sentinels of Memory recently, I'm sorry to say. But that is unfortunately their problem. The discovery of Kael Morrow is an absolute intellectual necessity, despite what the Sentinels may think.
Who are the Sentinels of Memory? I mean, I know they're allied, but not with us. Not with you, but...
Yes, they are unfortunately a group of fanatics. They believe that the sunken city, which we have dubbed Kael Morrow, beneath Ank'Harel, isn't some grand ancient wonder. They believe it to be a prison. It must be kept sealed at all costs. Ridiculous. They're citing the lack of recorded history about Kael Morrow as proof that powerful forces wanted to expunge it from memory, and the Sentinels of Memory are willing to do whatever it takes to ensure that no one speaks of Kael Morrow ever again. But their efforts have been mostly political. Most of it. I will say, though, that unfortunately some of their members have been connected to violent acts intended to thwart the excavation efforts.
As you have with fanatics.
Yes, and unfortunately the Consortium has been supplying the Sentinels of Memory with funds and agents to support their the Sentinels' conflict against us.
And who's funding them?
The Consortium of the Vermilion Dream, which your friend Aloysia was a member.
Right.
And so you see, Mr. Magnus, you might, the political factions and the machinations of this fair city of ours require allies in these kinds of situations.
What do you know about the Vermilion anyways? I know some, but not a lot.
No, unfortunately, as much as I understand them as much as they are, they're pretty secretive. As I mentioned, they keep a they keep a headquarters somewhere in the Sun-Cut Bazaar. We understand they have a secret headquarters there, but we've been unable to find it.
You don't think they have, like, a teleportation circle there, do you?
No more than Prolix and I possess. I understand that, Prolix, you had your teleportation tablets on you? Yes, Headmaster. Standard equipment? Yes. I'm afraid I wish there was more I could tell you about the Consortium, but all I know is that they're funding the Sentinels against us, and unfortunately mad-driven about discovering things that, honestly, make no sense to me at all. They believe that occult power can be found in Kael Morrow, whereas we are simply interested in the knowledge.
That's more information than we knew a few moments ago, so thank you.
Welcome, and I hope that will stir you into joining the Allegiance. As I said, friends are necessary around here.
Kitty raises her hand.
Yes, my dear?
Do you have a temple to the Raven Queen?
All faiths are welcome here, so long as they are members of the prime deities. Worship of the betrayer gods is unfortunately illegal in Ank'Harel. Someone in possession of forbidden iconography, typically sentenced to a few weeks of imprisonment, but someone who conducts rites dedicated to the betrayer gods are treated far more severely.
Now, just having symbols or whatever, obviously there's some of study, right? Like some are artifacts are like, oh, this is weird. We're not for this person, but we have the item. Like, that's not a thing, right?
Most of the objects that we have for study have been cleared with the Hands of Ord, which is the city guard, and their leader, and
place we can go. Okay.
Yes, their leader, and of course the leader of all of Ank'Harel, Jamon Sa'ord, helped found the city over 400 years ago, and ruled it ever since.
I appreciate your information. This is great, man. This is way more than what we had.
Yes. Happy to help. We believe that knowledge should be free to all. Another thing where we differ from the Consortium is they believe that knowledge should be kept only for themselves and sold to the highest bidder.
It's a bit grimy,
Yes, I quite agree. It's a very mercenary approach to understanding and education. We are trying to shine a light on the things that people. We are trying to shine a light on things that people need to understand, and the Consortium would see that sold often for piles of gold. Honestly, I find the whole thing reprehensible.
I have understanding of making your own coin, but I mean, holding information that is harmful? I don't know.
And keeping it for themselves. That's the thing that the Consortium and I agree upon most. We are here to provide education, and we are here to provide guidance. And that is the driving force that should be behind any intellectual mind, to share information, to expand the horizons culturally and intellectually of everyone that can benefit from your intellect, not hide it behind gilded vaults and charged out the wazoo for such information.
I can kind of see how the Cobalt Soul works kind of hand in hand with you all.
Yes, our friends in the Cobalt Soul. Tell me, did Question have any sort of... and Prolix just sort of, shakes his head at that point. I see. Well...
She likes to ramble.
I could tell you more about them myself, but I imagine they would be the best ones to tell you, but we do maintain a staunch alliance with them. As we do with the Hands of Ord as well.
Alright. Is there a contact in the Hands of Ord that we might want to know about?
Well... their leader is an individual known as Iron Hand Sem. This Minotaur fellow. commands the Hands of Ord and sees all military operations in Ank'Harel.
He sounds badass. All right.
Yes. Established 400 years ago by Jamon Sa-Ord, they're the peacekeeping order of desert warriors. Long have they watched over Ank'Harel and kept our city safe and stable. Governed by the Code of Ord, they dedicate their lives to the city and the Code. Many come from a long-respected bloodline of previous hands. They keep a barracks in the Sand Herald district. They are presently dealing with a group of individuals known as the Veil, but they are probably best left untalked about, as he kind of like looks around as if someone might be listening.
Oh, one of those. All right. Are there any other districts that we might need to be aware of than what we already have?
Well, let's see. All right. As for the geography and neighborhoods, the city is divided into 8 districts. The Alluvium District. The Alluvium District, the northernmost neighborhood of Ank'Harel. It's named for the rich clay mined in the cliffs that border the district. The area is a mixture of dense residential sections, sites of clay strip mining, and spacious plazas for oral performances and artisan markets. Okay, he also tells you guys about the Ridge. He mentioned the Suncut Bazaar already. He also brings up the Circlet Walk, illuminating all that for you. And that appears to be it for the major districts.
Okay.
So all that should be illuminated on the map now.
You got a brief descriptor of Ridge and Circlet Walk?
The Circlet Walk is primarily a residential district, though taverns and other places of commerce can be found. The district is so packed with buildings, it's customary for people to travel through the district by hopping from rooftop to rooftop, rather than navigating the narrow roads.
That sounds like a thieves' den. All right, let's go to the Ridge.
The guided district contains several houses of worship, with each of the prime deities represented. District's architecture is more ornamental than in other areas of the city. Many temples are adorned with intricate mosaics, crowned by minarets with gilded spires. There are a few vagabonds in Ank'Harel that frequent the valleys in this district, and many temples send representatives to feed and clothe the downtrodden. The Hands of Ord also maintain a notable presence there.
Gotcha. What was the guided district about?
I just told you. That was the guided district.
Oh, I thought I was asking about the Ridge. My bad.
Oh, the Ridge. Okay, I apologize. Let's try the Ridge next. Sitting atop of the city's 3 plateaus, the Ridge is Ank'Harel's industrial district, crowded with smithies, foundries, shipyards, and warehouses.
Anybody else have a question?
No.
Thank God.
Good here. Yeah, I wasn't trying to make you get fully into that. I was just kind of like, what?
More lore, story man.
I've got plenty.
Yeah, I bet there
It'll be
is.
all week. Oh God, it's
We're
a
good.
lot.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay,
I'm
so
good
yeah,
anyway.
yeah. So you got any more questions for the headmaster? Anybody else with something to ask? Maybe. No, that's the Temple of the Mentor. We need to go to the schoolhouse. There you go.
So, who currently has control of access to the sunken area?
No, mercifully, we do. We are, as I say, we're working hand in hand with the Hands of Ord and our friends in the Cobalt Soul. And of course, after the last attack, due to the Sentinels of Memory, we've stepped up a bit of our security information as well. But that we can talk about that all in good time. I'm afraid it's something that I'm not at liberty to discuss with, well, shall we say, prospects to the Allegiance.
I get it. No, I appreciate it once again. Well, shall we talk to Question and crew?
I think that she was gonna come find us eventually.
I can reach out with this sending stone, but of course, you know, she did say that they were in
the guided district is where they are.
We could always go toward the guided area, and then I could use the sending stone. Unless, of course, she'll find us.
They specifically said they'd reach out to us in a couple days,
In a couple days?
right? Am I wrong?
I don't think you're wrong. It's just that I too find that a bit strange.
Yeah.
What did she say? She said they would reach out in a few days' time. Called upon in a few days' time with a sending stone.
Oh, so it is a few days. Okay.
Oh, we're gonna have to make a decision in extra time? That seems weird.
Well, obviously, I'm gonna advance the time a little bit and let you guys just kind of
Sure.
look around. Obviously.
Well, we can either find the place on our own, or we can go check the city out.
I kind of want.
There's nothing that says I can't advance that. I mean, you guys have the other half of the Sending Stone. So, I mean, Bill Question said like a couple of days, you guys could just break out the Sending Stone and be like, hey, you could still do that. So don't let me stop you.
How much money do we have?
Like 300 gold.
We're staying in Prolix's apartment for free, so.
Where are we supposed to go with the stone?
The Sending Stone?
No, the jewel of 3.
Has to go to a jungle.
Well, that's just it. You kind of don't know. Since you guys are keeping it to yourselves now, I think the point of this module is to pick one of the 3 factions and then they from there help you with the jewel. I think is the idea. So yeah, the whole business of the jungle, you have to remember that's from Elixian's perspective, which is thousands of years ago. So it's possible that he's taught. Of course, so it's pretty certain to me that and probably pretty clear to you as the players that they're talking about. He's probably talking about Ankarel. Otherwise, why are you here?
Right.
So that's the other thing.
A little meta, but yeah.
But yeah, Elixian did mention a city of elves and orcs, and Ankarel has already mentioned the fact that the allegiance is trying to harken back to that time period when it was hey, we had free learning and that sort of thing, and yeah, you're getting the impression that Ankarel. You'd probably get the impression that Ankarel is what they're talking about at this point.
Sure.
Of course, there's a million scripts here, so I'm just digging as much as I can. But carry
Just
on.
a matter of who we want to be with. If you guys are sold with these guys, I'm fine with going with them, or we can.
I mean, they're
Talk to
allies, so I
Soul.
don't think it really matters.
Well, actually, it kind of does matter, and this is the part where I'm going to switch it over to just us talking out of character for a minute. The way this is going to work is based on the faction that you guys choose. It's going to determine your next 6 missions. Because the ones that you're working for obviously want to put you through a few paces and do memberships and that sort of thing. So it actually does make a difference. About learning about the Jewel of 3 Prayers and building trust with one of these factions. And if you don't like this faction, you could obviously change one later on, etc., etc. I mean, all of these things can be done. That's the whole point of this section, is to get a faction and help them help you.
Yeah, and this is a full school. It seems cool. I like the school. I also like Cobalt Soul, but we don't have a lot of stuff with them. So
I think we should speak to them and just, see what they have to say before we decide.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't
that would definitely involve you guys getting a place to stay for the night. At
Yeah,
least.
because they could win us over with whatever they have to
They
say. I think it's worth at least talking to them and saying hey, we still want to be friends with you guys. Please don't kill us.
yeah, it is a difference between these guys of learning, and they're both kind of they're both similar, but not.
Right. There's a reason that they
So, yeah.
they consider each other friends, but also separate groups. And I think that we should look into that.
I agree. Okay, so we can go ahead. Anybody else want to chip in on that?
I want to join the Vermilion guys. They seem cool.
The ones that tried to kill us.
That is an option. It's absolutely.
I mean,
an
yeah,
option.
Fully
we can go find them and be like, hey, we killed your agent. Hire us instead.
I mean, you can.
One of these
that is
days
definitely an option.
We'll play the freaking mercenary crew at some point where it's just middle of the road. Yep, fuck this guy.
Well, I mean, we know how to find them.
Mm-hmm.
We have their teleportation circle.
Yeah, and
That's true. You do. You do have their teleportations tablets.
and they also, this guy just told us where their hideout is supposedly located.
Well, he just gave you an entire neighborhood to search in the Suncut
I'm
Bazaar. Which, if you'll
Sure that there are
if you look at the
signs.
map, it's a bit. I'm sure there's signs. Too.
Either way, I mean, if you want to look at that, we can. I think, you can't just buy. You got to shop around
Yeah,
first. So
yeah. And I wanna, I don't know. It's just a curiosity in me. I wanna go check these guys out and see what they have to say.
Well, they're all worth like fielding. I will say that because like this, I mean, just for me talking about the Allegiance of All site, a lot of this stuff is like these guys have their own flavors.
Mhm.
Like if nothing else, just experience the flavors, the fun part. If you're into that sort of thing, me, I'm a lore monkey, so I love this sort of shit.
yeah. No, I get it. Well, let's go to Cobalt Soul next and see what they say.
Yeah.
If we wanted to check out the Vermilion, it's not like we burnt a bridge there. It's just they attacked us.
Yeah.
We
So
don't have to tell them that we killed her. Like, we can
Yeah.
just be like, we don't know.
We found
I mean,
we found
honestly,
these
they probably
tablets on a dead
respected
body.
more- I mean, honestly, I respected more if they were just like, "Oh, you attacked us, I killed you." I came on top. You know what I mean?
And there's one
I said it that
detail that's okay. There's one detail that I want to at least mention is that the jewel is obviously the centerpiece of this whole thing.
Mhm.
You guys can decide, screw this, we're not working with any of them. We're going to keep it for ourselves, but that has difficulties.
Go stand.
And these people haven't. Every one of these factions is going to have information that you need. I'm not saying that you absolutely must choose a faction, but it makes it a lot easier on you. I will say that, and easier on me, I might add. So there's that.
I think whoever we choose, like we
Yeah,
should
I
tell-
think once we
should tell
once
them
we-
have it.
Yes, one.
once we
Yes.
get with one of them, I think it's okay to share a little bit of information, but I don't think we should go around sharing it to random tieflings and taverns anymore.
Yes.
Well, that's not Kitty's fault. She's a trusting soul.
Oh no, I wasn't blaming Alan or anything. I was just
No, but we
Nor was
full
I.
on the rivals know that we have it.
Well,
So
yeah,
that-
the rivals were literally there with you when you got
right.
it.
That
Right.
was
So, I
that's
mean,
been a
They know.
that's been a concern in the
Yeah.
back of my mind is like now that they know and now that we're not on great terms, who are they going to tell? That's been a concern in my mind.
Gee, I wonder what faction they might decide to sign
Yeah.
with. Who
Yeah,
knows?
right.
All because you said that, Katie. Think about it. You didn't have to give him the idea.
Okay.
Either way, let's shop around.
Well,
Yeah.
they're on the cover for God's sakes. And you know what else? But you know what else is not? You know what else is on the cover is you guys because that's where we're going because we're at time. I've got nothing else today. We can deal with the Cobalt Soul when we come back, but I think that's a fine place to leave things.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry for the massive editing job Alan's going to have to do because of all the tech shit I had to talk about this module, but that is kind of where it goes.
Yeah.
I kind of wish we could play out the fight just to see who would win.
Probably you guys, I'm willing to bet, because of the whole 2014, 2024 split. That'd be my guess.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I'm not the most tactically savvy dude in the world. I will say that.
Yeah, I mean, I had like all my spells left, so we were gonna be.
Yeah. I don't know.
I still haven't gotten to use my 6th level ability.
I mean, I'm happy to play that fight out again, but
We just rewind time a little bit to
No,
see how it
we
could have played out.
I mean, if you want to.
We in our independent chat, like Katie asked what we were all thinking, and Rook was like, "It's on site."
Yeah, I was like, so do we want to stay teamed up with these guys?
Hell no.
Hold on, an independent chat.
We have a.
People, you guys don't invite me to your super cool club?
It's
I don't get to be part of it?
We're in like 19 of your super cool clubs.
But they're my clubs. What if I wanted to be in someone else's club? Like,
You're in my club.
I know, but they have it. Brian, you're in their club, and I can't be part of their club.
Brian didn't respond. So
That's true. I
technically,
forgot
don't
that we
know.
had that, so I didn't talk about it.
Actually, I buy that from Brian.
Yeah, no, for real though.
Just not entirely dialed in, but that's fine.
Yeah, Story of my life right now.
That's okay. All right. No, it's fine. I understand having not wanting to have your dungeon master learning everything. Rule 0. I understand.
Well, just more of.
Huh?
Yeah, I just think it's more about like if we were like, okay, we're gonna use this. Like I think like 4 steps ahead. Obviously, that's how I play.
Yeah.
Like, but
Not me.
and so like I was like, okay, do you have healing word? Like, like figuring out the spell things, and then immediately the fight is done.
Yeah.
Like I yelled really loud and ended it.
Yeah, our last the last thing we talked about in it was whether we should target the Kraken or the Aboleth in Saltmarsh. So we just
Oh yeah, that's
we just
right.
use it when we need to coordinate our thoughts.
I'm just blowing my mind what a distinct disadvantage that I'm at now. Now I'm just like, how many of the rooms are doing this on their own time? And I have
all
and
the
I,
time, all
and
the
I-
time, dude.
I have
People
to
got chat.
monitor. I know, and I have to monitor I have to monitor 5 campaigns plus one shots. I don't have time to sit here and coordinate tactics. That's just not possible. On
There's
top
just
of a regular job.
it's a thing to really like maybe consider not ending in the middle of combat.
Yeah, I guess so. Then thank you, Brian. That's helpful. I will appreciate that.
You are welcome.
Brian, you should have saved that for the second chat.
No, Brian's on my side. He's a moderator.
Unfortunately, true. We have hit.
Okay, kicking him out
We
of the
got a
secret
sleeper.
That's
room.
fine. You can do that. I don't respond half the time, anyways. You have to flag me and be like, "Oh, somebody's talking to me." I have so many chats.
Yeah.
Well, it was basically everyone was like, "No, we don't trust them. We'll kill them if we have to. We want to walk out, but like,
If I'm
it's
being-
over."
Actually, ironically, that kind of combat distance allowed me to go, hey, wait a minute. Like Dermot would like realize shit's going too far, and that would make more story sense for Dermot to kind of like, yeah. So actually,
So
maybe I need
technically
the
you
distance
won.
too.
On your own. I mean, you diffuse the situation
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
just right there.
Oh yeah, because I would have definitely killed.
People would
I
have been
was
dead.
not.
But you
I was
diffused
not
it
playing
immediately.
nice.
All right. Well, I think that's enough for a recording. So anyway, on behalf of
right.
myself, yes, we're still recording. And on behalf of myself and the rest of the Netherdeep crew, thank you for listening. We will catch you guys the next episode. Have yourselves a good night. Thank you.
Right.